Oh, wow.
And when you go into the Sumerian kings list, how you were talking about Gilgamesh was named as, 2/3 God.
Hmm.
His father was listed as Lilu, and Lilu was a vampire demon. So here you have, I mean, something like sounds like it's straight out of a comic book. You have this 2/3 God giant with, vampiristic fatherage with two other Gibborim giants hunting this hairy Sasquatch man in the woods. But it says that Esau sees them coming and he hides himself. And that when they're, unsuspecting, he springs out from the wilderness and cuts off Nimrod's head with a sword.
Wow.
And
Okay.
that he fights off, and that goes with the whole vampire thing,
Hmm.
cutting off the head.
Yeah.
And then he fights these other two Gibborim and kills them. So he kills not one, not two, but three giants single handedly in combat. And then the other hunting party that came along, but they were separated from them, heard the cries of the other men and come to run to see, what was going on. But it says that during all this commotion, that Esau takes the time to remove Nimrod's garments. And
Okay.
it says, and these garments were the reason that Nimrod was able to prevail and conquer all the nations. So you don't know at this moment, what's so special about these garments, but it attributes his power
Hmm.
to ruling over these nations to these garments. And Esau knew it, and he took them. And then it says that Esau runs back to his tent and hides the garments. And then he goes into his brother Jacob's tent.
Okay.
And there, Jacob is preparing red stew. So
Really?
it dovetails perfectly
Right.
into the book of Genesis. And it answers the question because Genesis just says that this mighty hunter comes in from the field exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was exhausted, all right.
Yeah, he was.
He just fought three giants to the death and just killed the king.
Yeah.
He's on the run, probably sustained some life threatening injuries in this exchange, probably bleeding out, scared for his life, on the run from killing the king. He's
Hmm.
desperate. So I think that this, asking for the red stew is more kind of like allegorical, like, you know, sew me up, sustain me, give me sustenance, and hide me. And it makes a lot more sense to his comment when Jacob says,
I was just thinking that.
trade me the birthright. What use is a birthright to me when I'm dead? Take it.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For
And
sure.
then, and when you read it, there's so much urgency in Jacob's voice
Hmm.
because it ain't like he just says, you should trade me the birthright.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. No, when you read that, Jacob says, trade me the birthright. No, tell me you will do this thing. No, no, no. Swear to me you will do this thing. So it's like you can hear the urgency. And so, I mean, you can just picture this event going on, him probably holding his guts, bleeding out and scared to death. And, you know, take it. What use is a birthright to me when I'm dead? Help me.
Yeah.
Promise me, promise me, you know. So it was pretty cool finding that. And of course, my next question, as I'm discovering this, I'm like, what is up with these garments?
Yeah.
What's so special about these garments? And when you keep reading through Jasher, you discover that these are the supernatural garments from the garden of God
Yeah.
that was given to Adam as a covering. And it traces it that this is the birthright. And it was passed to the eldest son, kind of like the order of Melchizedek. It was the
Hmm.
sign and symbol of kingship and priesthood. And it follows, it goes from Adam, to Enoch, Methuselah, to Noah. And it says that Noah had them on the boat and carried
Yeah.
them through the flood.
Yeah.
And that in Ham's going out, that Ham stole the garments
Yeah.
and then give them to Cush. And that Cush hid them away And it says that Nimrod was the child of his old age, and whom he loved exceedingly. And that at the coming of age, when Nimrod turned 20 years old, he was given the garments, and that when he put on the garments, he became a Gibborim.
Yeah.
And that answers the question everybody postulates in the book of Genesis, because it doesn't say that he was a Gibborim. It says he became a Gibborim.
Yeah,
so
that's very well stated right there, and exactly right. I've had this conversation before about Nimrod, how he wasn't like that always, and when he became 2/3 God is when he put on those clothes, right? And another fun fact, I don't know if you knew this or not, Doc, but the oldest word ever discovered for a vampire is actually Sumerian, vampirium, right? So I don't know if you can add that to your list as well, because I didn't know about the blood drinking, basically Nephilim blood, the lineage that came down there as well. But no, that is so. I'm in. It makes perfect sense to me. Like I'm wired that way though. But I could actually too, when you were talking about it, I can see him coming back from battle, fighting 3 giants. I mean, Nimrod was reported to be about, I don't know if he was always this big, or when he put the clothes on, he became this big.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.